Greetings, family. This is Dr. Kia. It is Wednesday, February the 16th, 2022. And I think it's around 9:15, 9:16 a.m. This morning, I'm coming to you to give you a summary of the video that I did yesterday about Motu Proprio. Motu Proprio is like a declaration or a letter that was sent to President Obama in 2014 by the Pope. And it's important to understand why this letter was sent and what occurred. Now, it's interesting that when I talk about information that a lot of people have not heard about or that's really critical to our liberation, YouTube will put limited ads on there or demonetize it or try to find some type of reason why I can't make money from it. But it's okay because I didn't start this channel to make money explicitly, but to inform people. So in 2014, Pope Francis wrote a letter to President Obama at the time, and he actually said in that letter that the United States corporation was an unlawful entity, that the people in power, including the president, were unlawful. And he said that it was important to iterate that President Obama was the president of a corporation and he does not represent the people, but he represents a corporation that we know was incorporated in 1871. So to catch you up, you have to know and understand and understand that the United States of America indeed is a country, but the United States of America Incorporated was a corporation that a group of foreigners and bankers created to usurp authority over our lawful government, which is the republic. So to usurp authority means they took over our country, they took over the Constitution for the United States of America Republic, and they created their own constitution, the Constitution of the United States of America Incorporated, or a corporation. That was filed in the state of Delaware. You can look that up now. The Secretary of State in the state of Delaware still has those documents where the United States of America Incorporated is filed as a nonprofit religious organization. It has its own constitution, its own statutes and codes, which are posing as laws, but they are not. They are statutes and codes or policies, which is why you have policy enforcers known as the police department. The police is another unlawful, illegal entity who enforces the policies of the United States of America Incorporated. So you see, there was a corporation that was formed, and your FBI, your CIA, your CPS, your IRS, all those three-letter organizations also are unlawful, illegal institutions or corporations. They are businesses. Okay, they are businesses that pose as part of our government. There's nothing federal about them. They're not a part of the republic, and neither is the Federal Reserve, as most of you on my channel know anyway. Well, let's get back to Motu Proprio. What the Pope said was that the president of the United States at that time, who was Obama, is an unlawful president. He does not represent the country, and neither does he represent the people. He represents a corporation. He was to cease and desist all activities, according to the Pope. The Pope also said that the police department, that the three-letter organizations and the court systems were to cease and desist immediately because they were unlawful and do not represent the people. He also said they were to be arrested on the spot, and he named the general that is now in charge of the military. He called it the GAR. I cannot remember, something Army of the Republic. I cannot remember, but the GAR is what he said would be occurring to arrest these people who are posing as part of our government and to send them to Guam, Puerto Rico, and other countries where we have tribal military tribunals. Now, why did the Pope do this? Was he being benevolent? Of course not, because the Pope is a part of this fictitious rulership, a part of the bloodline, the elites that have established the United States Incorporated and the Federal Reserve, etc., etc. Now, one of the reasons why he said the bar, or the, British Associate Registry or something like that, those people, and I have friends who are lawyers and judges, he said that they were to cease and desist because the bar is beholden to the Queen of England and not to we the people. So he said that is an unlawful institution. Was he being benevolent? No, he was not. He understood that their time was up, that they are defunct, that they will be taken down. And he was trying to warn the people that this is coming down a pipeline. Interestingly, that happened in 2014. And in 2015, the United States Incorporated went bankrupt. But nobody listened. Nobody ceased. Nobody desisted. They kept going. The courts keep going. Attorneys, a lot of them don't know they were to cease and desist. The judges, a lot of them don't know because they're following orders. Police departments, all these people, CIA, FBI, CPS, they kept going. So what happened was indeed a military was formed. And I've been telling everybody this for years. They called me crazy. They called me a coon. They said I was a liar. They called me all kind of names. And before I was only speaking on Facebook, but then I decided a year ago to just go on all social media platforms. By now, you have all type of people coming out who are, they care about the American people, but they were holding this information. I was telling it, and so were the Moors were telling some of it too. But some of them didn't even know that the military was formed and that 45 was put in control of the military as commander-in-chief to help the Nasara white knights and the military white hats to take down these people. In this Motu Proprio letter to the President Obama in 2014, he also said that all of the assets of everybody posing as government who was unlawful and illegal would be frozen and seized. And this is what we see happening right now. So all of you that called me a liar, that said I was a coon, that I hate my people, which was ridiculous to me because I'm all for the people, we the people. You can go back and look at Motu Proprio. I read the whole letter in my video that I created yesterday on the 15th that talks about the Pope saying the same thing that I've been saying for years. I want an apology from a lot of people who called themselves my friends and family members because I've been trying to tell you a lot of this, and you had some really nasty things to say about me, but that's neither here nor there. Please know that this war is being won. The Pope mentioned this because he understood what was going to happen, and that's what we see now. The takedown of the global elite, the takedown of the Treasury, not the Treasury Department, but the Federal Reserve banking system, which is not federal, is not government, it's unlawful, illegal. And under 45, the Federal Reserve was actually told to stop printing money on December the 24th. Actually, a couple years ago, and Trump even tweeted about it. He said, "Merry Christmas." He told them to stop printing counterfeit money. Now, once they usurped authority, they started printing money again. But the roles and responsibilities of the Federal Reserve, which is unlawful, and the IRS were rolled into the United States Treasury Department because, according to the Constitution for the United States of America, the Republic, only the United States Treasury Department can deal with money matters. And that's why you had HR 24, HR 25 to monitor the IRS and to totally get rid of it. So you don't see these things happening, but they are behind the scenes. We are being liberated. Please look in the description, a comment section. I will give you a link to Motu Proprio. And know and understand that they know what's happening. The Queen is gone. She's dead. Her body double was Betty White, who was also the daughter of Aleister Crowley. Yes. So, all this is going on, but it has been really iterated a long time ago. Look up Motu Proprio. And also what the Pope said was he told Obama in another letter that the indigenous people of America were the so-called African Americans and that they needed to be liberated because after the Civil War, they were enslaved, which, a lot of us were enslaved. The indigenous Aboriginal people that are erroneously called Black were enslaved. And then after the so-called, Emancipation Proclamation, it didn't necessarily end slavery. What it did was it brought us out of the status of indentured servants in some degree, but really in just a small degree, not really. what it really did was it made everybody a slave. All people all over this country, these lands, and the world slaves. So if you're working for somebody, if you're working for the institution, you're an indentured servant, which is a slave. Most people here are foreigners. They were allowed to come over here and take our land, steal our land from the Aboriginal indigenous people here in America. And all they had to do was work for it in a certain way. And some of them didn't really have to work for it, but some of them did. And they get all type of benefits from the government, like welfare. They get college degrees. We have an undocumented student office on many college campuses. They get fellowships to even practice law, to get law degrees. They get daycare, they get nice housing. And I know because I worked with international students and I worked with people in the community when I lived in Louisville, Kentucky, to help people who classified as refugees. And it's interesting because all you have to do is say that you're trying to escape your country or you're a refugee, and you can come to America, you can get loans, you can start businesses, you can get all kinds of benefits. But meanwhile, the Aboriginal people here who are erroneously classified as African American, colored, Negro, or Black are having a hard time coping. But please know that the Pope also made that statement in his letter in 2014 and 2015 to Obama. And so what you saw was President Obama as well as Hillary Clinton posing in front of the Moorish flag, trying to make a statement that, you know, that we are Morocco, that we are the Aboriginal people of America, but they didn't let us know explicitly. So you will see in the so-called White House the Moroccan flag alongside the banner of trade and commerce, erroneously called the flag of the United States of America. That red, white, and blue flag is actually a banner that allowed Europeans who came here to conduct trade. Now, this is why President number 45 said Morocco acknowledged us as our own nation. And we did. Please know that America, Turtle Island, Morocco is actually a part of the Moroccan Empire. We are the first Egypt. We are the first Morocco, not that one over in the so-called Middle East, which is Africa. And we acknowledge the Europeans that came here as their own nation. They are the United States of America. We are the Moroccans or Amoricans or Americans who were lied to and told that we came here on slave ships. Now, there may have been a small group of people that came here from slave ships, but it's not the majority of us. We were already here. And your African sisters and brothers or cousins or, you know, relatives would tell you that we are not the same people. They did not sell us into slavery. The people in power lied to us. We have to know this. So please read and study the Motu Proprio and understand that the United States Incorporated is a fictitious, unlawful, bankrupt entity that should not be operating. And that's why we have a war occurring behind the scenes. So I think that's all I have to say. I just wanted to bring that to your attention because the video that I did yesterday, I read, and you know, a lot of people might not want to hear me reading. And in the beginning of that video, I did an intro where I pay homage to my former husband, or the husband of my youth, my children's father, who transitioned into the ancestral realm on January 28th. So you might not want to hear all that. So I thought I'd come and do a summary on today. I love you all. Be encouraged. Please know that things are going on behind the scenes. And I think that's all I want to say today. I don't want to make this too lengthy. I love you. Peace. Bye-bye. Mwah. Take care.